Yo, what's good, NBA YouTube? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your man Ross, 100 grand, coming to you with another episode of The Rock Never Stops, where we discuss NBA content, your favorite team, your favorite players, and a few topics that are outside of what you may have even thought about in regards to your favorite teams and whatnot. But today we are continuing with our series, My Favorite Thing About Your Favorite NBA Team. Today we're talking about the Indiana Pacers. We're talking about the Indiana Pacers. And shout out if you in the chat, throw any questions you might have. I'll definitely try to answer it as we go live. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Raise your hand if you're sleeping on the Indiana Pacers. Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. Go ahead and raise it. Because it's most of y'all. It's most of y'all NBA fans sleeping on the Indiana Pacers. If you in their division, you need to be worried. You need to be concerned. You need to have an eye out. You need to have your ear to the ground. You need to be focused and paying attention. You need to be thinking about who it is you're gonna have to see 4 times, or was it 6 times next season if you in their division or if you in their conference. You need to circle them on your calendar. This squad is gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready. And if you've seen the picture on the video for today, you see two people in the forefront. Somebody in the back. That was the best picture I could find, but the two people you see in the forefront. The first person, who do you see? It's none other than Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle, been acclaimed to be one of the best NBA coaches over the past maybe 10 years. When I say one of the best, he's been top 5 for over the past 10 years. He's a champion with the Dallas Mavericks. He's put his team in the playoffs year after year after year. Beyond that, his X's and O's are unquestioned. He has a definitive system. You know the results he gets. This guy bets on himself. He bets on himself. I'm going into more about that, but I just want to start there. This is a coach that bets on himself. The second person you see in that picture, none other than Domantas Sabonis, son and heir to the European throne, the EuroLeague throne. Domantas Sabonis, son of the epic, the one and only, one of the greatest European players to ever come out of that region of the world, Arvydas Sabonis. Y'all may not be knowing, but by the time Arvydas Sabonis got here to the U.S., going to the Portland Trailblazers, this man was a shell of himself. It's kind of like seeing Shaq, but only knowing Shaq from Miami on. You know what I mean? Like that's what y'all got when it comes to Arvydas Sabonis. Y'all don't have the 5 to 10 years where he was Orlando Shaq, LA Shaq. Y'all didn't get those years. So you don't know. Why is that important? Why is that important? Because his son Domantas Sabonis grew up with somebody who's one of the greatest. And like few do, like few do, they develop a passion as a child of a great player to become great themselves. Not everybody does that. Michael Jordan's kids, they didn't have that passion. I'm still eyes out to see if Bronny has that passion. I don't know. Looks like it potentially. I'm not sold though. I'm not sold. I don't know if he has that hunger. But Domantas Sabonis, he's got an edge. He's got an edge. Every night you're gonna have to see him. Every single night. And this is my favorite thing about your favorite Indiana Pacers. This coach all-star combination. Rick Carlisle, Domantas Sabonis. Now, I'm not going to negate. We got other guys on the squad, and I'm going to talk about them too. I'm going to talk about the rest of your squad. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I got you. I'm coming. I'm coming. But let me start with my favorite thing. My favorite thing, that's the reason why you need to pay attention to this squad. Rick Carlisle, Domantas Sabonis. Rick Carlisle, you have to understand, when he left Dallas, one of the main reasons he left, quiet as kept, he wanted to be cool about it. He wanted to be chill about it. He didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, it be all out there in the air and everybody talking and chattering, the media and all that. He real smooth with it. But he didn't want to coach Luka anymore. Not that he didn't want to coach Luka. He didn't want to coach Luka how they were trying to utilize him. They wanted to play him like James Harden and Mike D'Antoni's system. You just give him the ball, get out the way, clear it out. Maybe you run some action on the side, but you let one guy carry the load. I think they're trying to make him an MVP. They think it's the fastest way to do it. If they make him an MVP, they get more viewers, they get more ratings, they make more money. Um, that's the track that they're on. Rick Carlisle's a purist. He wants to win. He wants to win. And he knows that style is not going to win. It's not going to win. It's not. It's not. And he knows that. He knows that. And so he wanted out. He asked to opt out of his contract. He said, look, let me go. There were two places he was going to go. If Trae Young doesn't get injured in the Eastern Conference Finals and Atlanta goes to the NBA Finals, if Milwaukee had lost, they were fighting. They were going to fire Coach Budenholzer. They were going to fire Coach Budenholzer. And guess who was lined up for it? Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle. He's going to stop all that. We're building around one guy. No. We're doing something different. But when he saw that they advanced, where did he go next? When he saw that they were going to stick with Coach Budenholzer, where did he go next? He went back home. Not his literal home. I don't think he's from Indiana. I haven't looked it up. I don't really care. But that's where he started his career as a head coach and started his success with the Indiana Pacers. That Roy Hibbert, David West, Paul George, Danny Granger, that squad that has so much potential before Danny Granger's knees gave out on him. The squad that took LeBron and the Miami Heat, the NBA champion Miami Heat, to 7 games, Eastern Conference Finals. That squad. The Paul George before he was Paul George. Before he was PG, before he was PG 13, before all of that, before playoff P, before pandemic P, before all of that, when he was just Paul, Mr. George. Hey, son. Hey, get into practice. Make sure you buy donuts for everybody. That Paul George. David West. Somehow, was he an all-star over there? I don't know. But he was dropping like 14 points a game, 15 points a game, and looking great in his system. Roy Hibbert was an all-star. How the hell did that happen? We got to all tell ourselves, you're doing too much. We let Roy Hibbert in the all-star game. What was we doing? What was we doing? But I digress. Rick Carlisle made him look good. I'm telling you right now, Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis, they're better than Roy Hibbert and David West. Much better. Far more talented. In fact, I would say Domantas Sabonis is like a bigger David West and more offensively minded. I want to get into that a little bit more. Right now, you have a squad that's deep. It's incredibly deep. It's not even just a little bit deep, it's incredibly deep. You have to look at if they were 100% healthy, I would have them top 4 or 5 in the East. Top 4 or 5 if they were 100% healthy. But they're going to be without their probably two most offensively gifted players, not including Domantas Sabonis, their all-star, not including him. That's none other than Karis LeVert, TJ Warren. Both 20 plus points a game, you can lock it in, and can explode for 30, 40, maybe even a 50 piece at any moment. You got Malcolm Brogdon, one of the best defensive point guards in the league. Extremely efficient. Mr. 50, 40, 90 himself. They should almost name it after him, the Brogdon Award. Because he's always right there. He's either there or he's always right there. Extremely efficient. You could just lock it in. He struggles with health sometimes too. And that really is the Achilles heel of this team. Can they stay healthy? But this is why you still need to pay attention to them because of just how deep they are. We're talking about depth here. You got TJ Warren, Karis LeVert, both out, and we're still talking about them being a threat. You know why? Because you got Jeremy Lamb, who's good for about 15 points a game. You got Justin Holiday, pencil him for 10 to 12 at least. Efficient 3-point shooter, solid defender on the perimeter. Oh, you still got DeMontis Jones. We already talked about him. All star. Give it to you inside, outside. Physical brute. You're going to have to feel that body. He's going to rebound. Excellent playmaker, passing the ball, orchestrating the offense, kind of like a poor man's Jokic. You got Miles Turner, one of the best defensive centers in the league. Extremely athletic, long, agile, can cover multiple positions. Leader in blocks almost every single season. He's ready to go. And one of the best stretch centers in the league. Has a beautiful stroke and a very underrated slashing game. The boy can get to the basket. He can take you off the dribble with a little look, give it to you. Come and see this crossover with this. Give you the D Wade two-step to the rim and finger roll it on you. Throw a little jelly on it. You know what I mean? That's what Miles Turner can do. But then let's keep going. Let's keep going. You got last year's lottery pick, Goga Bitadze. I mean, some of y'all don't know about him. Some of these European players, it's like, not that big of a deal. This dude was kind of a big deal. He was just in Indiana with a terrible coach. Y'all might have seen he was about to knock his coach out in the middle of a game. Go check out the highlight. You got Isaiah Jackson out of Kentucky. Flew up the draft boards in this draft, in a deep draft. Flew up the draft boards because of just how promising he looked. Extreme athlete. Like there are guys that are athletes. There are guys who are above average athletes who you see in the NBA. And then you have those other athletes, those other guys, those touch the top of the backboard, literally guys. Those guys who can do things athletically you would have never thought. He's one of those. That's who they got in the draft. But that's not all who they got in the draft. Their gemstone, their underappreciated, quietly kept, slept on Chris Duarte out of the University of Oregon. Chris Duarte. If you know him, you know. If you saw him in Summer League, you know. Saw him in preseason, you know. A senior, well polished, hard-working background. Think Jimmy Butler, JUCO, D3, D1. I think he was first team all defense in the Pac-12. He might have been Pac-12 Player of the Year, probably close. First team for sure. 6'7", versatile wing, can play 1, 2, 3, and the 4. Great size, about 220 pounds. Great athleticism. I'm not gonna say great. Good athleticism. He's not Isaiah Jackson level, but good athleticism. He will bang on you. Excellent shooter, highly efficient, two-way player, excellent defender, team defender, on-ball defender, versatile wing. You still got guys like TJ McConnell off the bench, Edmund Sumner. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Guys you don't even think, you probably don't even know their name unless you're an Indiana Pacers fan. I got you. I told you I got you. I got you. I know about your squad. I know about these boys. And I'm telling you, people better watch out. People better circle them on the calendar. It's not going to be an easy win. May not be entertaining, but if you know Rick Carlisle and the systems he put together in the past for other teams, in Dallas originally, in Indiana, you know this team's going to be ready night in and night out. They're going to have a game plan that's going to keep them in the game no matter what. They got players who can execute it. They're going to have defenders, a deep team of defenders. This is going to be a squad. But if you're not careful, you're going to be looking up and wondering, like, how are they the 5 seed? How are they the 5 seed? How are they the 3 seed? Because they went on a little run and somebody else is slipping, right? How did they get there? Because you were slipping. And that's my favorite thing about your favorite Indiana Pacers. Let me know if you like the video. Like, subscribe, leave some comments. I definitely try to get back to you if you do. Let me know if you want me to do a certain type of video or what your favorite team is if I haven't done them yet. But get at your boy. Peace.